Oh man, it's here. We got him. What's going on, everybody? Justin here at Salt Strong. I'm in the reel room, and I want to talk to you guys about a reel that I am super excited that we just got into our shop, fishstrong.com. This is the new Daiwa Tatula MQ. I've actually used the original LT Tatula in the past. It was a great little lightweight reel, Zion body. It's a really established brand in the freshwater world, but with the new addition of the MQ series, I think this is going to be a fantastic lightweight reel option for a lot of the inshore saltwater guys. I kind of want to break down just some new features in the Tatula MQ, and just note that this reel is brand spanking new. It's been on the market maybe 3 weeks. I'm personally looking forward to getting a 3000 model. This is the puppy I'm going to pick up. I like that bigger T handle, and I don't mind going with the 3000. The weight on these reels is just extremely light, so I think for finesse applications, paddle tails, shallow water, a lot of guys like the 2500 size, but honestly, let me take a look at this. Just a 2500 size is only, see if that'll zoom, it's only 6.7 ounces, and the 3000 is right at about 7 ounces. And the body size between the 3 and the 2500 are so similar, I don't notice a difference. I just like that handle style better. They're all in the high-speed gear ratio, so they're all going to be a 6.2 to 1 gear ratio, super lightweight, still 22 pounds of drag, more than enough, more than you need, 34.5 inches per turn. So it is a lightweight, speedy reel with the MQ design, but that's not really what makes this reel unique, because there's a lot of reels like that, right? Daiwa's got their ballistic MQ, they've got the BG MQ, which I personally love. This is kind of adopting some of the features of the BG MQ in that it's still the monocoque MQ frame, that singular one-piece body design, well sealed, but in the Tatula MQ only, Daiwa decided to start having that trickle-down effect from their flagship series, the Exist, like a $900 reel. They started to incorporate some of the tech in that reel in this series right here. It's not found in the BG-MQ, the Ballistic MQ, the Saltist MQ. It is only found in the Tatula MQ. So I kind of want to talk about those three things real quick with you guys. To explain this as easily as possible, I need to talk about a few things first. So the Tatula MQ, at about a $200 price point, from the 1000 size all the way to the 4000 size, still an MQ body design, that singular one-piece body. It is made from Zion V material, very similar to it's the same material as the Procyon MQ at $180 and the Ballistic MQ at $230. This series does not have mag seal technology like the Ballistic MQ does, but this is the only series right now other than the Exist that has air drive design, and that is really what I want to break down for you guys. Again, this is extremely new to the market, and same with the Exist that debuted several months ago. That is a $900 reel. Daiwa is rolling down some of the features of the air drive design in the Exist into the Tatula MQ, and specifically there's 3 features that are included in this reel. So the first is what Daiwa is calling their air drive bail, and very simply put, it is a one-piece wire bail, very similar to the BGMQ. The only real difference that I can see is that the thickness of the bail is a little bit thinner. They're claiming that it's 30% weight savings compared to their other one-piece wire bail design that they have. This is not to be confused with another type of bail design that they have that is on the Ballistic MQ and the Saltist MQ, and is what they call their air bail, which has been around for a while now. The air bail design is actually a hollow bail design, very lightweight, and serves the job very much like a singular one-piece wire bail would. And in terms of performance, I think they're both about the same. I mean, I don't know that most anglers would notice a difference, but I've always personally kind of liked the feel, and as weird as this sounds, the actual sound of a one-piece wire bail opening and closing. It's just a little more comfortable to the touch. The air bail design, although very light in weight, sometimes if you cast a little bit heavier lure, just the inertia from that cast, that air bail design can sometimes snap shut on you, and it's just more of an inconvenience. inconvenience. It's a little frustrating at times. Both are excellent options, but I think the air drive bail, reducing the weight of a one-piece wire bail, is just a really cool, simple thing that they can incorporate in this reel. So the second air drive concept that they're incorporating in the Tatula MQ is their air drive rotor. It is a little bit thinner and more compact than the prior rotor they were using. Still made from Zion V, very much like the Ballistic MQ and Procyon MQ. Very lightweight material, but they brought it in a little bit tighter to the spool. They've got different etchings in it. They're able to reduce the weight by about 15%. It may seem minor, but again, it's a refinement aspect. The whole purpose of streamlining a rotor, it serves two purposes. One, it helps make sure that when this is under a load, the closer that this is to the spool and the more compact that it is, helps make sure you don't have any flex here at the rotor. If there was a big space without a supporting base, a lightweight material like this can flex a lot when under a load, and you lose that torque that you need when you're winding down on a fish. And number two, reducing the weight and streamlining it is just going to help the reel feel smoother when you're turning the handle and working lures. Is it noticeably smoother? Yet to be determined, but it is a nice feature. I don't think that this is going to take away from the reel at all. I think it will just help improve the overall feel to the angler. And the third aspect to the air drive design, we're unable to see it because I would have to open up the Tatula MQ, and I do not have the tool to do so on MQ reels, but it is what they're calling their air drive shaft. And essentially what they're doing is right around where the main shaft runs through and makes contact with the pinion gear and the main gear. It's an oscillation support benefit. So they've added an additional bearing and collars to help make sure the fluidity of the reel when you're turning the handle and you're winding down under a load is a little bit smoother. They call it a frictionless contact. There's probably a collar or a sleeve or a bearing in here that separates that oscillation cam from the main shaft and provides a little bit better support. This is relatively new. It's a new design for Daiwa. But again, if they are incorporating that same design in the Exist and rolling it down into the Tatula MQ, I'd say that's pretty cool, and that is a win for us for sure. So there you have it, guys. Just an overview of the new Tatula MQ. There's definitely going to be a lot more testing on the water with this product, but if this is any testament to the BG MQ and the Ballistic MQ and Saltist MQ that they've had for a couple years now, I know this is going to be right up there with it with some pretty cool features. And I wanted to make this overview not to bring light to the new product and just the air drive design, but also to say I'm a huge fan of the BG MQ. 2 years ago, when I picked up a couple, it's been one of the most consistent and smooth reels I've ever purchased at about that $200 price point. And while I do like aluminum bodied reels, a lot of inshore guys and me in certain applications lean on these lighter weight body design reels made out of Zion or Zion V by Daiwa or lightweight composites by other companies. And man, I think Daiwa did a good job here. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's a good looking reel, solid black with silver etchings. It's got trickle down features from their flagship series, the Exist, and they've all got high speed gear ratio models, and it's extremely lightweight at 6.5 to 7 ounces for the main sizes. At $200, if you guys like the Fuego, the Procyon MQ, the Ballistic MQ, take a look at this. I think this should definitely make its way into the lineup of finesse fishermen that like to throw small soft plastics in shallow water for redfish, trout, and snook. I think this is a winner. So guys, if you've personally used the Tatula MQ, I'd love to hear your feedback. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any questions about any other reel, please leave a comment down below in the YouTube video or on our main blog over at saltstrong.com. And note that if you are an insider member in our club at Saltstrong, any reel that you purchase from our tackle shop, you are going to get free braided line. We're going to spool it for you, and you're going to get free shipping. And that is awesome, right? It's just one less thing to have to worry about. We're going to load it up with your favorite flavor, color, pound test, and all you got to do is tie on a leader, a lure, and start catching a whole bunch of fish. So guys, thank you so much for tuning into the video, and until then, tight lines.